Did you know there are underwater hot springs that shoot water at 650 degrees Fahrenheit? That's hot enough to melt lead. Did you know if you eat a polar bear liver, you'll die? Humans can't handle that much vitamin A. Did you know Google's founders were willing to sell to Excite for under $1 million in 1999, but Excite turned them down? Did you know the Great Wall of China is not visible from space, but China's air pollution is? Did you know Missy, the most expensive cow ever, worth $12 million, she is considered to be the top milk cow, being in the top beauty and milk production. Her embryos alone are worth $3 million in pre-signed contracts. Did you know, unlike other shields, the Vikings did not hold the shield by trapping it on the arm. They were instead held with a single grip at the center of the shield. This special technique gave the Vikings many advantages, namely twisting the shield in various ways, making it a formidable weapon that can be used for both offense and defense. Did you know your dog can hear sadness? Researchers recently discovered that dogs have a specific section of their brain that only exists to process the human voice and its emotion. Humans also have a specific section of brain that only processes dog vocalizations. Did you know one hookah tobacco smoking session delivers 25 times the toll of a single cigarette? Did you know snails can grow a new eye? Did you know the history of smoking can be dated as early as 500 BC and has been recorded in many different cultures across the world? Did you know while it took radio 38 years and the television a short 13 years, it took the World Wide Web only 4 years to reach 50 million users? Did you know Iceland has one of the largest gun ownership rates in the world and yet has one of the lowest crime rates in the world? Did you know writing things out by hand will help you remember them? Did you know cats can taste sweetness? Did you know worldwide diabetic population is 347 million? India has more than 60 million people with diabetics, which make it the diabetics capital of the world. Diabetic is one of the most costliest health problems in the world. India's expenditure on diabetes treatment isn't even among the top 10 countries. Just 1 acre of soybeans can produce 82,368 crayons. Did you know a human brain has a capacity to store 5 times as much information as Wikipedia? An ostrich kick can kill a lion. Coca-Cola says only 2 people alive know the Coca-Cola recipe and they aren't allowed to travel on the same plane in case it crashes. Fact: over 65,000 Japanese people are 100 years of age or older. A moment is actually a medieval period of time equal to 90 seconds. There are 40 moments in an hour. Having arguments with people may shorten your lifespan. India has world's largest post office along with floating post office. Did you know that there are at least 10 gems more rare than diamonds and some of them change color depending on the light you see them in? Did you know the heart is the hardest working muscle in the body? Every day it creates enough energy to drive a semi-truck over 18 miles, 30 kilometers. Did you know that a large group of baboons is called a congress? That explains a lot now, doesn't it? Garlic kills brain cancer cells without side effects. Cancer cells have a high metabolism and require much energy for rapid growth. Researchers reported in the journal Cancer that the garlic compounds produce reactive oxygen species in brain cells, essentially goading them to death with activation of multiple death causes and blocking pathways the proliferation of brain tumors. The blue whale is not only the largest animal currently on the planet, but the largest animal to have ever existed. When you sneeze, all body functions stop, even your heart. The Avik diamond mine in Canada has a hole in an island in a lake. The world's largest pyramid is not in Egypt, but in Mexico. The average 4-year-old child asks between 300 and 400 questions a day. Psychology says people who hide their feelings usually care the most. Did you know that there are at least 10 gems more rare than diamonds, and some of them change color depending on the light you see them in? Did you know the history of smoking can be dated to as early as 500 BC and has been recorded in many different cultures around the world? Women suffer 4 times as many headaches as men, which is thought to be due to fluctuations in hormones. Your figure depends on your meal strategy. To remove ink from clothes, put toothpaste on the ink spot and let it dry, then wash. Did you know bottled water contains more bacteria than tap water? When you speak inside your mind, small muscles in your throat mimic the formation of each word, and NASA is working on a machine that would detect these muscle movements and transcribe them to words. The fastest growing nail is on the middle finger, the slowest is on the thumbnail. Nails reflect your health status. A hangnail is painful because you have ripped open the edge of the living nail root. The longest fingernail ever recorded was that of an Indian guy, and it was over 48 inches long. According to research, people who don't like maths are really good looking. Did you know when a secretary at Apple was late because of car trouble, Steve Jobs gave her a Jaguar and said, "Don't be late anymore." Charlie Chaplin once came third in a Chaplin look-alike contest. People that enjoy spicy foods are more likely to be alcoholics. To create a problem, sell a solution. An external home button for iPhone is now available at $599. Did you know the man who invented pop-up ads has apologized to the world for creating one of the most hated forms of advertising? French fries did not originate in France. The caramels are the white lines and the black are their shadows. If Jupiter was as close as the moon, the Earth, it would have looked like this. There's a light bulb that's been burning since 1901. An Australian family used a large black crystal as a doorstep for over a decade before realizing that it held a 733-carat black sapphire, the black star of Queensland. The tap water in Canada is held to a higher health standard than bottled water. The woman who rented her garage to Larry Page and Sergey Brin in 1998 when they were creating Google later became the CEO of YouTube. People have died from pooping too hard. How do you convince the upcoming generations that education is key to success when we are surrounded by the poor graduates and rich criminals? Did you know Research has found out that everyone is able to sing well. It is a learned skill that gets better with practice and worse with disuse. Then Adidas, and now Adidas. When drunk people talk, 75% of what they say is true. You must always delete your browser cookies or go incognito before buying your airplane ticket, as ticket prices go up when you visit travel flights multiple times. Did you know sleeping without a pillow reduces back pain and keeps your spine stronger? Why is something sent by a car called a shipment, but something sent by ship called a cargo? Candles will last longer if you put them in the freezer for a few hours before lighting them. Did you know you can survive without eating for weeks, but you will only live 11 days without sleeping? Australia is moving 7 centimeters north. Every year, it is the fastest moving continental landmass in the world. Currently, India is the only country on earth confirmed to have both lions and tigers in its wilderness. Apart from traditional subjects, Japanese students also learn Japanese calligraphy and poetry. Did you know 7 people have died from playing video games non-stop for more than 24 hours? Psychology says usually the people with the best advice are the ones with the most problems. Chewing gum makes your brain run more efficiently and more effectively. Strict parents can turn their kids into more effective liars because children who are afraid to tell the truth learn more deceptive behaviors to avoid getting in trouble.